Hey, welcome. It's day 186. And if you are doing this in chronological order of days at the beginning of the year, today is July 4th. So happy Independence Day, which means more to us than others. 4 points today, and there's some really, really cool things in this reading. Let me start with this first verse in chapter 47. We're in Psalms 47 through 49, 84, 85, and 87. So in chapter 47, verse 9, it says, "The rulers of the world have gathered together with the people of the God of Abraham. For all the kings of the earth belong to God. He is highly honored everywhere." Well, first of all, that's not happened ever anywhere. And so this must be talking about in the future. And what I want to point out here is in the first part of this first sentence, the rulers of the world have gathered together with the people of God. Okay, so understand that the people that are set apart, and then there are other people, all right? And at some point in time, we will come together and be with God. Now, I'm not talking about wicked people. I'm talking about people who know God and the people of God. Okay, so it sounds a little strange, but let me read another one. Chapter 87, verses 4 and 5, it says, "I will count Egypt and Babylon among those who know me. Also Philistia and Tyre, and even distant Ethiopia. They have all become citizens of Jerusalem." Okay, so people who aren't, this is Old Testament stuff, people who aren't the blood descendants in the family tree of Abraham, Babylonians, Ethiopians, who have come to know God, they will be counted as citizens of Jerusalem. What an awesome thought. It's the same type of thing that when Christ came and he died on the cross for us, everyone is now considered God's people that acknowledge him. Okay, so what a cool thing that is. Now, everyone has to die. In chapter 49, verse 10 first, it says, oops, I skipped it. Those who are wise must finally die. Okay, so even people who have lots of wisdom, they're going to die. Just like the foolish and the senseless, leaving all their wealth behind. That's, you read that and you're like, oh, what a horrible thought, And then if you read verse 15, "But as for me, God will redeem my life. He will snatch me from the power of the grave." So some really cool things that, yeah, everybody's going to die. But the grave has no power over me. I will be in heaven, and you will be in heaven. We are set apart from others. That's the benefit that we get. What a wonderful gift. Couple things here. In 84, Psalms 84, verse 2 and 10. "I long, yes, I faint with longing to enter the courts of the Lord with my whole being, my body and soul. I will shout joyfully to the living God." I long to be there. If you know me, or if you ask my wife, she would say, yes, I would rather be in heaven than here. And yes, that is true. I don't understand why anybody wouldn't want to be there. It's much greater than here. This is a great place. I've been given wonderful blessings, a wonderful family, great children, great wife, and a good job. I have a good life in the community here. Why would I want to hurry that along? Well, because heaven is much better. Why not strive for that? I long for that. I don't feel like this is my home. So this longing is what I'm trying to point out here. So it's not that this place is bad. We have a place to be. We have an appointment. And then you read verse 15. Verse 10. "A single day in your courts." So the first one is talking about being in the courts of the Lord. Court. you have to give your view of your life, an account of your life. You will have to answer for the things you've done. I have to answer for the things we've done in court. Thankfully, our lawyer is Jesus himself, who the accusations may be there from Satan, but Jesus is going to stand up and say, this one's mine. And God's going to be like, I don't know what you're talking about, Satan. There's nothing here in the book of their life that you're talking about, because Christ's blood has wiped it clean. I long for that day in court where Satan can accuse and Christ stands up for me and God says, I don't know what you're talking about. What a great thought that is. Who knows if that's what it's really going to be like, but that's my view. And then you read verse 10, a single day in your courts is better than 1,000 anywhere else. Of course, because if you're in God's court, you're not going anywhere. That's the cool thing about that. I would rather be a gatekeeper in the house of my God than live the good life in the homes of the wicked. For the Lord God is our sun and our shield. He gives us grace and glory. The Lord will withhold no good thing from those who do what is right. We are set apart. Yes. Do we always do what is right? No. But we strive to do what is right. And we are sinful people which have been forgiven. So you can get tripped up in the guilt part of that. Don't do that. We have been given a wonderful thing. And the last thing I want to say to you goes along with what I just said. In chapter 85, verse 2, you forgave the guilt of our people. Yes, you covered some of their sins. No, all of their sins. And even back then, the people of God understood that God forgives their sins. All of their sins. And without God, then sin runs rampant and you have chaos. They understood that then, and yet even today, we have people who can't grasp that. And that's going to be on tomorrow's. So that's your day 186. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a happy 4th of July.